right, so today's episode is going to be very exciting. You may have heard me speak in other videos about tools and strategies and methodologies that can help your firm be more profitable, more efficient. I'd like to take this opportunity to combine those into just one succinct run through of an effective client enrollment process. And again, I know that we are practitioners and we like to practice law, but we're also business people. And so from that one perspective, this enrollment process has to be your number one priority. Your firm has to have this process dialed because without clients, we have no one to help. So just starting on the front end, at some point, you're going to need to contact the client. So you want a very robust contact process. I recommend calling the client. If they don't pick up, don't leave a message, just hang up and send them a follow-up introductory text message. Hey, this is Attorney Smith. I got your legal inquiry. That was me that just called. I'll be calling you back in a few minutes. Then call the client back. If they don't answer, obviously leave them a voice message that echoes what you just said in the text. Hey, this is Attorney Smith trying to reach out to you to get some help to you. And then quite simply, you're just going to send them a follow-up email and a follow-up text that just kind of echo your voicemail. Hey, trying to get a hold of you. Want to see what I can do to help, right? It's not enough to engage in that process once. You want as many contact points as possible, so you want to follow up the next day with that same cadence, and then probably another 2 days after that. If you're reaching out to clients, you obviously want an 80 to 90% contact rate. Although you can't get a hold of every client immediately, sometimes you get clients reaching out after hours or on weekends or something like that, you should have processes in place that put a premium on urgency. First of all, this is capitalism. They're shopping. So if you don't contact them as soon as possible, they're going to go to another service provider. They're going to look for somebody that can help them immediately. In some instances, urgency is the number one priority. If you're dealing in criminal law or bankruptcy, these clients feel like they're in a burning building. And the first person that shows up that has some competence to help them is the person that's going to get their business. So it's in the client's best interest and the attorney's best interest to place a premium on urgency with getting back to the client. Once you have gotten the client either on the phone or in your office, the next part of the conversation is just getting to know them. You want to show the client that you understand where they're coming from, that you're sorry they're going through this, that you can help them, that you want to help them. That's a really important part of the process that sometimes we neglect as attorneys is, hey, do we make them feel comfortable? Do we actually make them feel like we can help them with their problem? So getting to know them and their circumstance a lot better is a vital part of this process. And then you're going to transition from that point once you get an idea of what they're dealing with and you're working kind of in your head how much work this is going to involve and how complicated. You want to make them a compelling offer. And this is probably the most important part of this process because they're shopping. They have options. This is the internet age. They can just hop back on Google and talk to 50 other attorneys. In this moment, how are you going to differentiate yourself, your services, your payment options from every other attorney that's out there? The key here is just to remember not only to make an offer, but to make a compelling offer. What I've seen, let's say criminal attorneys, what I've seen them do to differentiate themselves is accept a reduced deposit. Criminal defense usually follows the same fairly consistent billing pattern. Hey, here's your fee. I'll take 50% down and then put you on a payment plan. Competitive attorneys that are looking to make a compelling offer, they'll say, hey, do you know how every other attorney in this space works? Oh, no, you're the first person to tell. Oh, yeah, they're going to ask you for 50% down and then do this. I take 25% down. I'll take 20% down. And then I put the rest on an automated payment plan. I'm not a discount attorney. You're going to pay me the going rate, but I'm going to make it affordable for you and your family. That's a compelling offer. In the family law sphere, every other attorney is going to ask for $5,000 up front. I only need $2,000 up front. Do you have a good job? Do you have a job with regular income? Great, I can make this work for you. Here's how this is going to go. You put them on an automated payment plan that coincides with your payday every 2 weeks, and that's it. You keep your job, you keep that card current, and you're going to get a high caliber attorney fighting for you in the courtroom. And when you contrast your offer against the traditional offers out there, you're going to see an incredibly positive response. Those types of offers are in line with how your clients get paid. We're not pushing our model and our expectations on them. You're offering something that they can come in with. Now they say yes. Great. You need a simple and streamlined onboarding process. So it's in our best interest to get a fee agreement into the client's hands, obviously prior to representation in 99% of the circumstances, and you can effectuate that with e-signing capabilities. So you're talking to a client via Zoom or on the phone, they're not in your office. You can just email them or text them a link to a fee agreement that you have them pull up and you review with them on the spot. If they're in agreement, if everything sounds great, they just click on the signature space, type in their name, hit send, and your office receives that fee agreement signed and sealed. Then we move into the payment collection. Using merchant services that have automated payment plans that you can just schedule and tie to the client's payday. Those usually also have deposit scheduling services. So it doesn't matter if the client says, hey, I don't get paid until next Friday. Don't let them go. Right then you can say, no worries. My system allows me to schedule your deposit. My office won't have to get in touch with you. You don't have to wait by the phone. And, you'll go to bed tonight knowing that you found an attorney that's going to help you and that you're all set. So your office just keeps an eye on their email. Next Friday, you get an email confirmation. Mrs. Smith paid her $1,500 deposit. Great. You already have her fee agreement on file. You're ready to start her case. What's the next aspect of her case? Future payments, right? You want to make sure those are situated. Great. When you take that deposit, you have their payment information in front of you. You set up an automated payment plan that just coincides with their payday like we discussed. Now, all of their future payments are already scheduled and set. Your office doesn't have to chase them down or burn time and money on administrative matters. So now, great, they're fully enrolled. You're going to move forward with actually helping them in their case. You're going to give them a game plan rundown of how you're going to help them, what you're going to do together, and how their case is going to look from this point forward. As we discussed, there are a million tools that you can use from here. So you're actually drafting documents and preparing their case. Great. There's document automations you can use. You can cut down on overhead. You can cut down on the cost of actually servicing the client from there. If you stick to those best practices for your enrollment process, you're going to see great results, more clients, more revenue, and a more effective firm front to back. We all have the honor of being part of this professional community. Let's make the legal industry a better place. We're all in this together. Knowledge plus action equals power. So what's working for you and your firm? Throw your answer in the comments below. Thanks again.